No rest for the wicked over in Europe, of course, as the Europa Conference League second leg playoffs, of course, return this week. Who's going to go through? Who's going to go home? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks. Back once again with a prediction video. Today we take a look at the Europa Conference League. It is the playoffs. It is the second leagues. Which clubs are going to go through? Which clubs, of course, are going to go home? We're going to take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, people shout out my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And of course, if you want to join in, take a look at down below. Of course, links to that and everything else involved with the channel. So we are back, begrudgingly, a little bit late, maybe. Of course, games are coming at you tomorrow, those second legs. But let's take a look at how I got on, how you guys got on, of course, with those illustrious first legs. So let's jump in the deep end and have a little look at it. Of course, games were just last week. Of course, so kicking it all off with Braga, who got absolutely stuffed by Fiorentina. 4-0 it was in the end, 1-0 it was for me. For Braga, got that one absolutely wrong. Meanwhile, but a little bit 2-1 victory, that was my call. 0-0 it was on the night. So advantage Lech Poznan, of course. Trabzonspor beat Basel 1-0. Got up at a 2-0 for that one, so not too shabby on that one. Meanwhile, Qarabag did draw with Ghent 1-1 on the night. That was my pick, actually, so it didn't draw. It was actually a 1-0 win for Qarabag, so just a 1 point for me. Ludogorets Razgrad did beat Anderlecht 1-0. I went with a 2-1, not too shabby on that one, as the Sheriff lost to Partizan, of course, at home. 2-0, of course, for me in my eyes. I did go with a 1-0 win for Larnaca over Dnipro 1. I did play I didn't play my bonus on that one. I should have done, but I got that one spot on the nose because I got that one right. Meanwhile, Lazio did beat Cluj 2-0. 2-0 was my pick, sorry. 1-0 was the final score in the end. Of course, I didn't do all the other stuff, which I should have done. But anyway, so not great. 25 points. I don't know what the possibility or the highest possible was, but I must imagine I was nowhere near the leaders. So take a look at the leaders, of course, for the playoff first leg, and that will go to Nico Z. TYT, whatever. He got 66 points on that. I got myself in 6th spot within my group, which is not too bad when I think about it. But the likes of Marios Casalas up there with 43. But Nico ZYT, of course, is going for it. He really is going for it. He's setting out down a benchmark, of course. If I can beat him at least once between now and the end of the thing, that'll be happy. I'll be happy with that, because I've got a lot going. I've got a lot going on here. We are lucky to get this video out, but of course I'm going to keep on going to the bitter end, and then you never know. Maybe Nico ZT, whatever, he might decide to take a couple of weeks off and give us all a chance to catch up. But he is flying at the moment, and as you can see in the overall leaderboard, he is the man to catch. 315 points. However, first 77 ain't too far away, is he? 308 points, of course, with us. So 826. Just a couple of points away from breaking into those 300 points. As for me, I'm down in the 9th spot. I need a bit of a miracle really to get into the top 5, if not anything else than that. So we'll see how we go, and of course we'll see how those second legs, those important second legs coming at you. A lot of joy riding on that. So let's take a little look at, of course, the next leg. Second legs, of course, coming at you. I've got my little odds machine over here. I've got to move my brew out of the way because we're still playing. We're all over the shop here. So we're going to kick it all off with Anderlecht, of course, up against Ludogorets Razgrad. Of course, coming this time around in Belgium. Of course, coming at you after that first leg, taking place on the 23rd of February, which is, of course, tomorrow. Anderlecht come out here with 1 defeat the past 6, 67% form for them right now. Of course, with Ludogorets Razgrad now winning 4 of the last 5. 83% form for them heading into this. Of course, the one there was over in Ludogorets Razgrad last time around. That was back on the 16th of Feb. Since then, Anderlecht have played Utrecht, of course, in the Juniper League, and they drew 2-2. That's over in Belgium, with Ludogorets Razgrad continuing where they left off against Anderlecht with a 2-1 win over Slavia Sofia. Of course, that was on the 19th. Of course, so moving on to this one, the odds right here. Now we have 2017 odds for Anderlecht here, 13-5. For the draw here, 16-5 is your away win. Of course, Ludogorets Razgrad with the 1-0 upper hand advantage. I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says a draw here, which of course would see Ludogorets Razgrad go through to, of course, the actual next stage, which might be the last 16, something like that. So kicking off forward is Partizan Belgrade up against Sheriff Tiraspol. Of course, the home side now, Partizan with that upper hand 1-0 advantage. Of course, taking place on the 23rd, of course, of the month. Played each other 3 times now, of course, and won 3 out of 3. That's a actually, they've won 3 out of 3, Partizan Belgrade over the Sheriff. That's right. Of course, Partizan Belgrade also winning 3 of the last 4, 58% form for them right now. The Sheriff, of course, pick up 3 wins and 3 defeats over the last 6 games. Of course, the biggest win for Partizan was, of course, 1-0 win. In fact, they've won each and every one of those games 1-0 over Sheriff Tiraspol, of course. And of course, that also includes the last time they played each other over in Belgrade. That was way back on the 27th of the 7th, 2005, of course. Partizan Belgrade also picked up a win over Spartak over in their respective league, with, of course, the Sheriff not been in action since that 1-0 loss to Partizan Belgrade. So they're looking to bounce back fast from that home loss against Partizan, of course, to continue their European journey, which has been stellar couple of years for them over in the respective league. Of course, look at the odds here. We have 2019 ownership. Partizan Belgrade for the victory here. 23-10 is the draw. Of course, the Sheriff has 60-5. They're going to need snookers, if we're going to be honest with you. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win again for Partizan Belgrade. It will be the 4th 1-0 victory over the Sheriff. Of course, for the record books in recent years anyway. Dnipro 1, of course, come out to Ukraine up against Lanica, that's right. Of course, also on the 23rd, that's right. Dnipro 1, of course, 1 win in the last 5 for them, 50% form for them over the last 6 up against the Lanica side, of course. Just 1 defeated past 6, 75% form for them right now. However, just 1 win in 3, if you want to look at it a more positive way for Dnipro 1 fans. Of course, the biggest win, their only win. When I say the biggest win, the biggest win was a 3-0 win, for Larnaca over Dnipro, who have played the Ukrainian side 3 times since 2022. So that's a bit of a strange one. Just in the calendar year, they played each other 3 times. They've actually scored 6 goals compared to Dnipro 1's 1 over the course of those 3 games. Of course, last time I played each other in Ukraine, it was a 2-1 win for Larnaca. That was way back in August 2022. That was in the Europa League qualification phase for this calendar year. That's right. So this is the 4th time they played each other this season. It's incredible. It's incredible stuff. So Dnipro 1 did lose to Larnaca, of course, last time around, with Larnaca also losing to AEL Limassol, of course, of the Cypriot League. That's right. So we'll see about that. The odds right here. And that's 65 is Dnipro 1, 2-5 is the draw here. 23-10 is your away win. Of course, on this one, I'm going to back a 0-0 draw on this one. I think Larnaca will edge it. Dnipro 1 failing to score. Of course, last time around, I just got my gut that Larnaca will squeak through here into the last 16 as well. Cluj taking on, of course, Lazio. This time over in Romania. Now, these two sides have played 3 times 2019. 1 for Cluj, 2 wins for Lazio. No draws, of course. Cluj, though, coming into this on 50% form for them right now, 1-3 and lost 3. Of course, Lazio coming into this on 50% form for them also, 1-2, lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 6. Lazio have played each other, these two sides have played each other 3 times, 2 wins for Lazio, 1 for Cluj. Of course, the biggest win, the only win for Cluj was a 2-1 win. The biggest win for Lazio was a 1-0 win. In fact, Lazio scored 3 goals compared to Cluj's 2 over the course of those 3 games. 0.67 goals a game ratio for Cluj, 1 goal a game ratio for Lazio. Last time I played each other in Romania was a 2-1 win for Cluj, way back in, of course, September 2019. Cluj picked up a 3-1 win over champions FC of Arges, that's in the Romanian league. There, of course, Lazio with a 2-0 win over Salentina. They come into on back-to-back clean sheets. But the odds right here, right now, for this game, we have 10-3 is your Cluj, 23-10 is the draw, 11-10 is your 11-10 on, sorry, is your Lazio here. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Lazio here. That will be enough for them to go through. Of course, Lazio looking to follow in Roma's footsteps and win the Conference League in the second time of asking, of course. So we'll see if they can do just that. Fiorentina up against Braga. Of course, Fiorentina with that heavy one-sided lead, of course, from the 4-0 win over in Portugal. But they're coming at you this time around in Italy. Played each other just the one time. We'll talk about it shortly. We've already talked about it already. Fiorentina, though, 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and draw 2. Just 1 win in 4 for them. Against the Braga side, just 1 win in 5, 1 defeat in 5 for them, 67% form for them, but of course that 1 defeat was that heavy 4-0 defeat back in Braga, back on the 16th of Feb. Braga, they'll pick up a 2-0 win over Ariuca over the Portuguese league, bouncing back there. Fiorentina, though, with a 1-1 draw against Empoli at home, so despite their recent heavy win over Braga, they do come into this on a bit of a whimper. Of course, the odds right here, right now, the Fiorentina 11-8 on for the victory, 14-5 is the draw, 50-4 is your way win, that's Braga. I don't think it'll be as impressive or as emphatic. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Fiorentina here to add to the tally, of course, and go make it sure, just to make sure of it, give the home fans something to get excited about. Next, of course, we have Lech Poznan, of course, from Poland up against Bodo Glimt, coming at you out of Norway, of course. Bodo Glimt, just like Sheriff Tiraspol, having a bit of a journey these past couple of seasons in Europe. Now, these two sides, of course, played just the one time. We'll talk about that shortly. Lech Poznan, though, just one defeat past 6, 58% form for them right now. Also, Bodo Glimt, just one defeat past 6, 58% form. However, without a win in 4 now, drawing 3 of the last 4, not great for them. Of course, the previous affair was a 0-0 draw over in Norway. That was, of course, last week. It's actually been back-to-back draws for Bodo Glimt. Of course, the other draw was against Silkeborg, a friendly. Meanwhile, Lech Poznan did lose to Zalgiris Lubnin, of course, over in the in the Polish top flight. Of course, a little bit all over the place there. But the odds here, 5-4 is Lech Poznan. 23-10 is the draw. 23-10 is your away win. I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go with a victory for Bodo Glimt. I think it might even go to penalties. I think it's just going to be just a slight goal, like either penalties or 1 goal to nick it. And I'm going to give it to the Norwegian side to upset the host there with a big fat victory. Meanwhile, Basel, they'll be taking on Trabzonspor, of course, coming at you over in Switzerland in this game. Played each other just 4 times. That's actually quite an impressive number considering the rest of these matches. Of course, 1 win apiece, 2 draws as well. Basel, though, just 1 win and 4 for them, 42% form for them. Of course, Trabzonspor picking up 3 wins of the last 4, 67% form for them heading into this match. The biggest win for Basel, 2-0 win. The biggest win for Trabzonspor, just a 1-0 win. Trabzonspor scored 5 goals compared to Basel 6 over the course of those 4 games. Works out around about 1.5 goals a game ratio for Basel, 1.25 goals a game for Trabzonspor. Last time I played each other over in Switzerland, it was a 2-0 win for the Swiss back in, of course, December 2019. That was in the Europa League group stages. Of course, Trabzonspor, though, have the upper hand here with a 1-0 win from the Turkey leg just the other day. Of course, Basel pick up a 2-2 draw against Servette of Geneva. That was in the Swiss top flight there. Of course, Trabzonspor's last game was against Basel, of course, and they're looking forward to this return leg. Of course, the odds right here right now, we've got Basel 11-8 for the victory, 2-5 is the draw, 2-1 draw, and that is, of course, Trabzonspor. Tight on this one, going to go with it's a difficult one to go here. I might go with a draw here, 1 apiece. Trabzonspor to nick it with the other goal, the first leg victory, and of course put them through to the next leg. And then who will join them? Would it be Ghent? Would it be Quarabag? Of course, Ghent coming out of Belgium, and of course Quarabag coming out of somebody told me last week, Azerbaijan. That doesn't sound right. Armenia, I think. Somebody did tell me last week, but my head's gone. Ghent, of course, coming in on 1 win and 5 for them, 40% forward for them. Quarabag unbeaten in the last 6. Of course, winning 4 of the last 6, of course, including a 1-0 win over Ghent in Quarabag last time around. Quarabag picking up a victory also against Zira. It's back-to-back clean sheets for them right now. Up against the Ghent side, also picking up a clean sheet with a 2-0 win over Oud Hervey in the Juniper League, of course, over in Belgium. Now, of course, the odds here right now, of course, we have Ghent 11-8, 11-10. On for the victory, of course. 12-5 is a draw. 16-5 is your Quarabag here. It's a tough one. I think it might go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1, which means I think Quarabag might nick it on away goals. I don't even know if away goals count anymore, or it might drag into penalties, of course. So that completes my picks. But of course, I've also got to do my booster on this one. I'm probably going to go if I'm going to go get a win here. If I'm going to get a win, I'm going to go to Bodo Glimt to be my booster to maybe get some points where maybe Nico doesn't get any points, if you know what I mean. So maybe this will give me a bit of a boost, and of course maybe close in on, of course, on the leader there. But of course that's all my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well. I'm trying to make sure I put the link down in the description there. I am a little bit scatterbrained these days. It's not as fluid as I want to be because I'm in the kitchen still. I'm in the bloody kitchen. But anyway, of course, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit the little bell. We are slowly but surely getting back on our feet, but it's still going to be another few weeks before we can get back to tip-top shape. But anyway, the picks will keep on coming in Europe. They might be a little late, but of course, make sure you get involved. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, and of course, I'll see you soon, of course, whenever that is, for the next one. Subscribe.